It is 8:20 p.m., and so I hereby call this October 6th, 2025 meeting of the Montgomery County Public Service Authority to order. We have a quorum, and I just want to make a quick announcement. Board Chair Derek Kitts sends his regrets that he's unable to be here this evening as he had a previous commitment. All right. So next we have public address, and so if anybody from the public would like to come forward and speak, if so, you have 5 minutes. Not seeing anybody in the chambers, I will go ahead and close public address. And so next on our agenda is consideration for the consent agenda and approval of our September 2nd, 2025 minutes. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Aye.
Aye. How come I'm so loud?
Aye.
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 Very good, thank you. All right, next we have 5 items in our new business section of the agenda. Up first, we're going to have Marty.
Sure, I have 2 deeds of easement that are, that's item A and B for the board to accept. And this all comes about through Triple J Associates. They're looking to put public sewer in down off Merrimack Road. That will be dedicated to the PSA once it's complete. And so the first easement they got was from Community Housing Partners, and that was in order to get where the public sewer was, which was on their property. And so they convinced Community Housing Partners to convey an easement to the to the PSA. And that's the first resolution that's before you're asking for you guys to accept the dedication of it. Triple J paid Community Housing Partners for the easement, and then so they're conveying the easement to us at no charge.
All right, so then I guess the first action here is to take a motion to accept the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
And any discussion?
I do have one question.
Okay.
Do we know how much Triple J paid for the easement to Community Housing Partners?
I don't know. We could find out.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, any other discussion? Okay, no?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Aye.
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 All right, the second one's the same project, just a different property owner. It's from the Dobbins, and it's the same thing. It's needed in order for them to construct the sewer that they're going to need to do for their development. And let me find that one. That's a little smaller of an easement. But I'm not sure what they paid for that, if they paid anything. I do know they paid something for the community housing one. I just don't know the number. But the same thing, that easement's being dedicated to the PSA, and at some point, a sewer line will be put in there. So the resolution asks for the board to accept the easement on behalf of the Public Service Authority.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the easement.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Same question, but I think Marty's already addressed it.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, Madam Secretary, if you'll call the roll, please.
Mr. King,
Aye.
Ms. Demots,
Aye.
Mr. Fitchukowski,
Aye.
Mr. Grafsky,
Aye.
Ms. Biggs.
Aye.
5 ayes.
All right. Let's see. You have one more? Is it
No,
or-
the next one I think's
Angie.
Angie.
Okay. All right, and I'll turn it over to County Administrator Ms. Hill.
Thank you. The next resolution is to approve an amendment for the fiscal year 26 water fund budget. That is to make an adjustment or a change order for the Camp Christie water tank project. As you know, there's one water tank currently at Camp Christie, which is at the top of Christiansburg Mountain that serves the eastern Montgomery part of the county. And some ARPA funds were used to begin a project to install an additional tank to provide additional capacity to that area, additional storage to help the security of the water supply in that area of the county. So this appropriation, or it's not an appropriation, it's amendment to the budget that is being considered here, is to include an automatic valve between the two tanks. The way the tanks will work is one tank will supply water one day, the other tank will supply the next. They'll alternate, and this automatic valve was recommended by the engineer that's working on the project for us, our consultant, and so the amendment would provide funding for that. That will help us allow our staff to use their time most effectively and update this in an automated, more progressive way.
Okay. All right. So then, do we have a motion to approve, to amend the FY 25-26 water fund budget?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Is there any discussion?
When we started that project up there, we talked to the engineers and all, and that's what, we put a manual switch up there because there's gonna be PSA staff up there several times a week. And it was brought to us that it would be better if we had a manual one up there. That's why a manual one was put up there.
It was brought to us by whom?
Our engineers,
Hurt and Profit,
I think that's who it was. I'll have to look and see.
they're the folks that told me we should have the automated valve. That's why I'm bringing it forward to you tonight.
All right. Any other discussion? No? Okay, Madam Secretary, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. King,
No.
Ms. Demots,
Aye.
Mr. Fitchukowski,
Aye.
Mr. Grasky,
Aye.
Ms. Biggs,
Aye.
4 ayes, 1 no.
All right.
This is mine too.
This is yours as well?
Yes. The next one is to amend the wastewater fund budget. It is to provide funding to replace a generator that failed at the Elliston sewer plant. That's a permanent generator. There's a need to have some additional generators in another area of the county. So the staff discussed this with me, and they recommended that we put a portable generator in that area for this time, and then as we bring more projects to the board in the future with some capital planning, they could replace that with a permanent generator. So that's what this amendment is for. Both of these amendments would come from the capital projects reserve as well.
Okay. All right, so then do we have a motion to approve to amend the FY 25-26 wastewater fund budget?
Motion.
Second.
All right, any discussion?
I'm just curious, is this the same one that was stolen several years back?
No, that was a pump. It wasn't a
That
generator.
wasn't the same? Okay.
It was a pump.
That was the one they stole and took down Salem and figured out it wasn't a generator.
That was, yeah, I remember that.
It was a brand new pump.
All right, any other discussion? Okay, Madam Secretary, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. King,
Aye.
Ms. Demots,
Aye.
Mr. Fitchukowski,
Aye.
Mr. Grasky,
Aye.
Ms. Biggs.
Aye.
5 ayes.
All right, I'll do the last one. It's, when I was reviewing one of the agreements that was being renewed by the PSA, for the PSA. I kind of had a realization that there's going to be certain contracts that are going to stay with the Public Service Authority, and other ones will go to the county based on just the work. And just as a thumb, a rule of thumb, if there's going to be something dealing with the property that the Public Service Authority still owns, like, for instance, pump stations, then it's probably best to keep those contracts under the Public Service Authority. Like if they were doing any work on one of the plants, that would be a Public Service Authority contract and not a county contract. And so the one I was looking at in particular was a pump station. So I'm thinking, well, who's going to sign? We don't want to have to take each one of these agreements to the chair to sign. And so I came up with this resolution where if the item's already been approved for funding by the PSA board, then this resolution would then delegate to the county administrator to sign on behalf of the Public Service Authority. If it has not been approved in the budget, then we would do what you just did tonight, where you would amend the budget. You would be advised where that money would come from, and then you would approve it. So it'd be no different than what the Board of Supervisors does. PSA doesn't appropriate, but they're spending authorities in the budget, where the administrator has spending authority with the county through appropriation. So it's similar, and it's going to be treated the same way. If you don't approve it prior, the administrator can't sign. So there's safeguards in.
All right, thank you. So then, do we have a motion to approve this item, a resolution for the county administrator to execute agreements?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Will that fall back on the new director when they come in?
No, it's a county administrator. The utility director would be working under the county administrator or under one of the deputies or assistants. So the county administrator the PSA would be delegating to him or her to, in this case, her, to sign, but only when the funding's already been approved.
By the PSA board.
Okay. So the board
The board has to approve it.
approves, county administrator
Can
can then
sign.
execute or
Yeah.
sign,
Yeah.
and then delegate the work to whatever it is,
Oh, yeah.
To the director.
the director.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because the county would still be making sure the work's done, but it would be being done, the PSA would be the contracting party
Got it.
on those situations, right?
Okay. All right. Any other discussion? Okay, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Mr. King,
Aye.
Ms. Demots,
Aye.
Mr. Fitchukowski,
Aye.
Mr. Grafsky,
Aye.
Ms. Biggs.
Aye.
5 ayes.
All right. So then up next on our agenda is the financial report. And Ms. Hill, do you have a financial report for us?
I do, and if you click on your Diligent software, you can pull that up as well. The operating cash as of the end of September is $4.6 million, which I looked into that a little bit today because that has increased over the past 12 to 15 months. That's because in fiscal year 25, the PSA received about $1 million in facility fees, which increased the cash. So some of that we'll be bringing back to you at some point in the future to see if you want to consider moving that into the capital improvements category, since facility fee funds are intended to help fund future capital improvements. And then on the second and third page, you have the income statements through the month of September. If you look at the operating income and loss, you can see that those, both for the water and sewer fund, are fairly much on track. The goal is to have a zero balance at the end of the year, so they're in line. And then the net income or loss also takes into account facility fees and regular operating expenses, so they are both in good positions as well. I can answer any questions if anyone has any.
Yeah, I was just curious on the other income. I mean, it's like a 653% of the budget. What jacked that up so high?
it might be an insurance recovery from a,
Totaled vehicle.
yeah, a vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, since that percentage is based on the budget and the budget
Right.
is small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hill. All right. Up next is our utility director's report.
Thank you. Thank you. As you know, Justin Shepard will be coming on board October 28th as the Utility Department Director. He's coming from the town of Christiansburg, where he's currently the Assistant Director of Utilities. We're excited to have him come, and I've spoken with him a few times over the past few weeks. He's excited to be here as well. I'll have more information for you at your next board meeting about the employee transition to county employees, but that's gone really well, and Carrie's really done a lot of work to help us get things ready and get all the branding switched over, and I appreciate that, Carrie. Thank you. I know it hasn't always been easy. There have been some challenges with getting the uniforms switched to, say, Montgomery County Utility Department, but it's not because of Carrie's efforts, I can tell you. And two quick updates. Well, and also I wanted to say that we're currently fully staffed in the utility department. There are no vacancies, so that's exciting. As soon as Justin comes on board, we'll be all set. The sewer capacity study in the Elliston area should be delivered to the PSA board within a couple weeks. I just spoke with Dennis Amos from Hurt and Profit today, and then the broader overall study that's been requested of the system will be provided by the end of December. That's all I have.
All right. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I was just curious, is he, I mean, I would think that the town has a larger system than what we operate, but of course, we're spread out a lot farther.
Right.
So is Justin taking on more, or is it gonna be easier for him?
I think it will be different, and we talked about that several times as we went through the interview process. We talked about that several times because he is accustomed to having a larger customer base, but they are condensed, so that will be different. He's very familiar with our system because of how we worked with Christiansburg over the years. So I think they'll balance out fairly well.
All right, great. All right, and that will bring us to our last item on this evening's agenda, which is authority member reports. Eeny, meeny, miny. We'll start with you, Mr. King. No report. Member Steve?
No report.
No report.
I don't have a report, but you sure did a nice job running the meeting.
Make sure Derek knows that.
Okay.
Make sure he knows I did a good job.
Since you were sort of drafted into it.
Yeah. I neither have a report for this evening, but thank you for your kind words. All right, well, with that being all of our business, I will go ahead and adjourn tonight's meeting.